Hello, everybody, and welcome to Milo the Gathering. I'm Milo, and I'm joined with Aaron.
Hello, everybody.
Because all of you requested it, you've asked for it, we're going to do a top 5 in Cube again. This is the top 5 Ravnica Allegiance cards in Cube. I'm going to be covering the top 5 common and uncommon. Aaron, you're going to be doing the rares and mythics.
I don't know why now. Your Cube is stacked. You could be doing rares, mythics easily for you with your.
We can switch next time.
All right, let's do it next time. Okay. We'll switch it up.
We'll switch it up. But we switched it up this time, too. Look where we are. We're at Magic Fest Toronto. Used to be called GPs. Are you enjoying yourself here at Magic Fest?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know what? I've done 2 limited events, both double up, and the prizes have been so great, and there's so many people here, so many vendors. I've had a really good time.
I think that for me, the main thing about these Magic Fests and the GPs is that people from all over come out for them. So a lot of friends you haven't seen in a long time, you know, you can get a group together, do a draft. Look, you can do a top 5 video with your friend after not seeing them for a long time at a Magic Fest. There you go, right? But let's get to it. The best cards in Ravnica Allegiance for Cube. All right, we're gonna start with me. Commons on commons, number 5, it's Macabre Mockery. Oh, what a card. So the reason why I like this card is that if you win a match with it, the world's gonna know. You're gonna tell everybody. You're gonna tell everybody about your sick Macabre Mockery play that won you the match. And it's a great reanimation spell. In Cube, everyone's playing really good creatures, so just taking it from your opponent's graveyard is sometimes the right call. It's you don't have to build your deck to reanimate something, right? Because everyone's playing good creatures, and good creatures with enters the battlefield abilities at an instant speed, those can be pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't think you're giving this card enough credit when you say everyone's going to remember. Ray of Command was a house back in the day, right? So this is the same thing, except you're going to get a +2/+0, you're going to get all the enter the battlefield abilities, and the only thing the hoop you have to jump through is that it has to be in your opponent's graveyard. But like you said, opponents playing sick creatures, you could do that in Cube.
I heard Puppeteer Clique is still pretty good, right?
Absolutely. Oh, wow, nice combo, yes. Yeah.
So, Aaron, tell me, what's number 5 on your list?
Oh, I got a good one for you. It's Judith the Scourge Diva. Judith the Scourge Diva is 1, a black and a red for a 2/2, but she gives all your other creatures +1/+0, and whenever one of your non-token creatures dies, you deal 1 damage to any target. You know what this is? It's Hellrider. It's Hellrider for 3 mana. You attack with everything. Everything's getting pumped. You're getting that 1 damage in, and even if they block, they're still taking that 1 damage. At 3 mana, this is an excellent Rakdos card. This is exactly what Rakdos wants to do.
Nice. What are some good support cards in your Cube that really help that deck come together? Blood Artist. Blood Artist is a pretty good card that goes along with it, right?
You know what? I didn't even touch on that with the first thing I said, but the whole Aristocrats theme is just amazing, right? Because now you're sacking with the Bombardment, you're draining with the Blood Artist, you're dealing 1 damage anywhere you want, or 2 damage with the Bombardment. It could really stack up really fast, so your opponent could just be taking 3 damage for every creature that you're sacking. Opponent's in big trouble if you get that combo going.
It sounds good, man. I trust this guy. I think you should too. My number 4 is for all you haters out there. It's Skewer the Critics. Haters gonna hate. So this card.
Nobody's hating on this card, Miles.
This card.
Great card.
Well, the critics are hating.
Right.
So it is a 3 damage sorcery speed, but it only costs 1 red mana if you can pay the spectacle cost to cast it. So if they've taken damage, 1 red mana sorcery speed lightning bolt, chain lightning called. They say things are going pretty well. People are picking it still pretty highly. So I think Screw the Critics is up there for me.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, 1 red for 3 damage to any target. That's a classic card. Throwback to the original lightning bolt. Chain lightning. It's still good. Still gonna be played. Gonna be chosen highly. What else you want for 1 red? You're gonna be doing damage to your opponent. You're playing red.
Now, some people have, I think it's Lava Spike in their Cube, the 1 red, 3 damage to an opponent.
Just an opponent, yeah.
Yeah, would you replace that with this?
100%, absolutely. It's any target.
Oh, Screw the Critics. That one's gonna be hard to beat, but you can try, Aaron. What is it? What's your number 4?
We got Dovin Grand Arbiter. So we got a Planeswalker ourselves that Skewer the Critics is good against.
I am so surprised. I honestly did not think that Dovin was going to make the list. This is crazy. Tell me more.
Are we going to have to go to arbitration over this? No, okay, so it's a 3-mana Planeswalker, so right away those have consistently through history of Magic been very good. But it also makes 1/1 Thopters, which I have continually undervalued for some reason. Every time I see a Thopter maker like Pia and Karan, Pia Nalar, You're just like, yeah, they're good. It's just a couple 1/1 Thopters is great. They're fantastic. 1/1 Thopter, 1/1 flyers are hard to deal with in limited. They are going to be a threat. So here you have a guy that comes down, he's making a Thopter, he's gaining you life, and you provide any protection for him at all, he's going to plus up. It's not hard to get to that 8, to do that super dig through time, to net you 3 cards, 3 of any within the top 10 cards in a cube deck. That should win you the game, and for 3 mana, this is an excellent card.
You know, that +1, I feel like it's going to be hard to get off, that +1. Do you think so in a blue-white control kind of deck?
Okay, well I think maybe that's why we're thinking about the card differently. I don't think this is a control card. I'm replacing Geist's Saint Trap because I think this is more the blue-white tempoed card where it's coming down, making the Thopter. Maybe you played a creature on 2, then you start going into like Reflector Mage, into like other like Mana War, all those new Mana War type abilities where you get to bounce opponents. And now all you have to do, it's +1 for every other creature that hits your opponent. So if you get through with 2 creatures, that you're +3ing him. So now your opponent is forced to attack him. That's great because now you get to keep tempoing your opponent and attacking through.
That sounds amazing. I'm gonna definitely try that next Wednesday when my friends want to come and play Magic with me. I'm gonna destroy them with that move.
You better go Dovin Grand Arbor. He's my #1 gold card in the set.
Wow. So spoilers, there's no gold cards left in this list. All right, my next card is Terramander. That's how you pronounce it. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. Pronounce it. So I feel like Delver's really lonely. Delver's the only blue 1-drop creature in my cube, and I want Delver to have a friend. It's cruel to leave Delver in that cube box with no friends. Terramander, perfect. And I feel like it is another card that will incentivize people to possibly build that Delver deck because it works really well in the same style deck. Tell me, Aaron, what do you think of Terramander?
I like Terramander a lot. Like you said, it goes in the exact same deck as Delver. So you get a little bit more like backup because you don't draw your Delver. It's like, oh, I'm playing all these spells. I need that creature to kind of get through. So Delver's a 1-mana 3/2 flyer, hopefully. This guy, he's going to be a little flying man for a little while, but in no time at all, he could be a 5/5 flyer that will finish the game. And with hopefully you're playing lots of spells to control your opponent, get rid of the creatures. And he's a great finisher. 1 mana, you're not doing much bore for 1 mana creature.
And I mean, you're not going to you're not going to play a lot of spells on turn 1 anyway in your control deck, right? Yeah. You drop that Terramander. If it trades with another creature, great. A speed bump that buy you some time, right? Having those early drop creatures in the control decks are, even though you're not going aggro, still worthwhile.
Yeah, and adapt is instant speed as well, right? So you draw them late. Hopefully you already have that graveyard of instants and sorceries. You could cast them, you leave up a bunch of mana in case you've got counter spells or other interaction. You see what your opponent does, boom, adapt, hit you for 5 in the air.
Do you think we're going to see people walking around with t-shirts that say Terramandered for all the people that lost a Terramander?
You should do this yourself. You just do that as your cube, and for every time you Terramander someone, be like, here's a t-shirt.
Now, do you have a #3 that's as terrific as a Terramander?
I got the End Raise Forerunners.
You mean
terrific?
These things. This is new Crater Hoof Behemoth, right?
It is absolutely the new Crater Hoof Behemoth, and we traded the Giant Slug for some Giant Boars, and they're all so good. At first, I looked at them like, yeah, it's not good as Crater Hoof. I'm like, you know what? That's still a pretty good cube card. Yeah. It's still going to end the game the same way, almost probably 90% of the times. But what's nice about it is when it doesn't end the game, like Crater Hoof could and probably would most of the time. This guy, he's giving, he has vigilance, so he's coming down, he's hitting hard himself, and he's leaving someone back to block. So you're not quite as all in as you are on Crater Hoof. So he kind of covers up.
Also, Crater Hoof is kind of an expensive card, and these End Raise Forerunners will do the trick in most cubes as a replacement, right?
Like I said, about 90% of the time, he's probably just ending the game anyway, no difference. Yeah. And but sometimes you have the Crater Hoof, you are behind, you're just like, this is an 8-mana 5/5, that's no good. This guy, you get him down, he's a 7/7 trample, vigilance, haste, you hit him still, so you're still putting pressure on your opponent, and he could block.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that go hog wild sometime soon. I'm doing these all day.
You stick to it, man.
This next card, I actually have a funny story about it in Sealed. Something just happened. It's called Rhythm of the Wild, and I think that Fires of Yavimaya got a promotion, and it's Fires of Yavimaya plus bonuses. That's how I see the card. And today I was playing sealed and I opened 2 of them. And with green-red, you'd think that that's amazing, right? But I only had 12 creatures and I still ran both of them. Aaron corrected that for me.
I actually don't think I told you to run both. I think 1 in 12 creature deck might be good, but either way, you know what?
No, you told me to run 1. I ran 2, and then you corrected me.
1. Yeah, down to 1. I see what you're saying now. But you're right. You know what? You're singing my song. This is a great card. What do you want to do in red-green? You want to beat down hard, and this gives all your creatures haste. And if they already have haste, which is the problem with Fires of Yavimaya, it's like lots of red guys have haste. Well, now you're getting the 1/1 counter on top of that haste, so it kind of makes up for that.
What about if your creatures already have Riot?
You know what? Double Riot.
That sounds like a riot.
Rioting again.
What do you got, Aaron? What's better than Rhythm of the Wild?
We're getting dominant here. This is a dominant card. It's Electro Dominance.
Whoa, how is this not number 1? Are you kidding me? When I saw this card, I was like, end of turn, kill your creature, Armageddon? Seems pretty good in this format, Cube.
Yeah, being able to play all your busted spells in Cube, all your sorceries, all your creatures, all your like end game cards that you don't want to necessarily tap out for because it might die. You get to leave all your mana up and wait to see what your opponent does and then play your cards at instant speed. Plus, while dealing additional damage. So hopefully you're just killing a creature, playing your end game card to whatever it may be, like a Grave Titan.
Yeah. End of turn Grave Titan.
End of turn Grave Titan. Now you're getting the 2/2s, now you're coming in, so you're attacking for what? You're attacking for 10, plus making 2 more zombies. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Cube cards are busted, we know that. So instant speed cube cards are even better.
What do you think about this one? End of turn 5, Electro Dominance for 3, Eternal Witness, get back Electro Dominance.
Sick. And now you're doing it, now you're dealing 3 damage, you're killing creatures, you're getting it back, you're dealing 3 damage to them, you're putting them on a clock. There's just so many fun...
And then you can go end of turn, Electro Dominance, play Mana War, bounce the Eternal Witness.
See, you're having too much fun with this. It's also just a fun card that you will definitely remember when you played it. Where it's like, remember when I went off and I did that Mana War, Eternal Witness, Electro Dominance? Like, there's so much sickness to be had and so much fun, and people can get really creative, and all while being still a powerful card. This is the best X damage spell that I think we've ever seen.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm really excited about this card, but not as excited as I am about my number 1 common uncommon, a card that was so good. Aaron, you tried to put it on your rare and mythic list. It's called Light Up the Stage. This card, for 1 red mana, you get to draw 2 cards. What are they doing? What are they doing? Because that's what it's been every single time. When I saw this card originally, I thought it said exile 2 cards and then you can play them until end of turn, right? But it's until the end of your next turn, which is what makes this card so crazy.
Absolutely. Like, I think they kind of screwed up with this card, to be honest. Red does not get divination. This is just the history of Magic, because red aggro is a very powerful deck. And what's its weakness? It runs out of cards, and then they're just kind of top decking, hoping for the best. This is a divination for 1 red mana. Great. I love it when Wizards of the Coast screws up because Cube gets better.
Aaron, we have 1 card left. The number 1 card on your list. What could it be?
It's a crazy one. It's the Spawn of Mayhem.
I'm so happy that that's really high on your list, because this card, when I saw it, my jaw dropped.
Yeah, again, just like the Spectacle card that you just talked about, here's a Spectacle card in black. It's a 3 mana, 4/4 flying trample. Oh, but you know what? It does more. It's gonna just hit your opponent for 1, enabling Spectacle for all your other cards.
Oh, so it comes with a Sulfuric Vortex attached to it?
That's right, a 1 damage Sulfuric Vortex.
For the cost of a Hypnotic Spectre, you get a 4/4 flying, trampling Sulfuric Vortex now.
It's fantastic.
Such a cool card, too. This is, honestly, for me, it has the spirit of Juzum Jin. From, back then, Juzum Jin was a big deal, and then they came out with this card. Now, Juzum's 3 mana, and flying, and 4/4, it's just amazing. The power creep on creatures has really come a long way.
And there really has been nothing in between. Just Juzum Jin, Spawn of Mayhem, boom, that's it. Black aggro to the end.
Somebody tried to play a Grinning Demon once, and it didn't go well. They've tried it since Alpha, and or Arabian Nights, and they hit it finally now.
Look at the art too. He's just a screaming demon with like a club in one hand. He's just like this terror. He's a really cool card.
He looks like the Predator. A little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, with
oh
the
my,
mask,
what a
right?
sick altar that would be.
I know. Get on that. If you alter cards, alter up Predator, Spawn of Mayhem.
Tweet that to Milo over here. We'd love to see it.
But maybe we'll let you know how it turned out when we do War of the Spark.
Do you know the name?
That's
already it?
That's it.
Ooh.
Apparently it's going to be like the Avengers. It's going to be like a bunch of Planeswalkers. That's why they've been doing the Mythic Edition.
Yeah, the Planeswalkers against Nicol Bolas, the final showdown. All right, I'm ready for it.
The final countdown. Get that music on
There
the
it
trailer. Thank you so much for watching, and we got to go check out Magic Fest. It's still going on.
That's right, more fun to be had.
Bye, everyone.